Hello and welcome back to another review with me, Kevin, from Kevin Grant on Whisky. So here we are with review number 4. This review is about the 4-year-old Ben Nevis. This is from an independent bottler of Carn Mor, which is Morrison & Mackay. Fantastic brand that they are. They're doing really amazing finishes, and this is part of their range, which is called the Strictly Limited range. So everything they're doing in that is 47.5% ABV, unchill filtered and natural colour. This one is a Ben Nevis, distilled in 2015, bottled in 2020. There's only 900 bottles from 2 casks. It's been matured in a sherry hogshead. As you can see, I have already had this before. I remember trying this just more or less at launch time, just prior to launch, to see if we would like it, and I was like, this is great. This is something that will make people think about what's in their glass. It's not an easy thing of like, oh, that's really nice, what is it? It's like, what is it? This is wild. It's really, really good. So I've gifted quite a lot of this as well because I like people to explore something maybe different. We'll get this in the glass. First thing we'll do is give it a wee pop. That's good. Get it in the glass. It's funny when you take the cork straight off, the flavour just wants to escape so quickly. The smell, the aromas from it all. It's really dunnagey, it's quite wet, earthy. It's quite dirty, funky. Funky would probably be a good word for it, but you still get a sweet note through there too. It's lightly peated. There's so much going on here. This just is not a simple whiskey. This is guess what's in your glass and you'll struggle. It doesn't smell 4 years old. I don't get any spirit from it. I just get dunnagey, and if someone said to me, how old do you think this is, I would, double figures. I would say 10 plus. But the smell is great, it really is. The colour of it as well, it's light for sherry hogsheads, but again, being 4 years old, I would expect that. Don't know if you can really see that. It's kind of more of the golden side. I think on the eye, if you looked at it, you would think maybe there's been a bourbon maturation there. But a big sherry hoggy. So what I'll do is just get it on the palate, get it excited. Cheers, folks. It's really good. There comes through like nutty, quite nutty notes from it, quite peachy, maybe. It's fruity as well, so on the nose it's a polar opposite of what it's doing on the palate, but there's a marriage there which makes it work. I do really enjoy this. I've actually put these in blind tastings before because I think it's just a phenomenal thing to put out there, and it's great when you see everyone trying to figure out what's in that glass. No idea. Ben Nevis for me is, I've always kind of had that dunnagey smell from it that is quite typical for me on my nose. It kind of reminds me of some of the Campbelltown styles. I quite get a dunnagey wet nose from that at times. But Ben Nevis is pretty cool. It's nice. It's small distillery. It's not the most gleaming of amazing things, but up just past Fort William and things, it's in a good area. Nice Highland malt. They're Japanese owned, and 70% of their new make spirit goes out to Japan to Nika, and then that's what Nika use to make Nika from the barrel. Then it comes back and gets shipped worldwide and make it that way. So a lot of the range is going there, and I think when they got bought over, Ben Nevis have just tried to re-establish themselves. They've tried to put themselves back out in the market. Their traditional bottlings are quite old looking and they're not eye-catching. They just look dated and things. The Carn Mor, it's, look at it and you see everything you want in bold. It's easy to pick up, but it's not the nicest and fanciest of bottles, but because it's not super premium, I totally get that. So Morrison & Mackay, they're doing great jobs. They've got some amazing stuff. I think their latest range is, there's a Glen Elgin PX, there's a Glen Talkers they've got out, and a Kalila 7-year-old peated all at 47.5% ABV. but I really do enjoy it. You know, and I picked that up for, I don't know, 40 or 45 pounds, I think it may have been 45 at most. So for me, it's a bargain for something so different and unique. I don't think there's anything I can really compare this to, but it's just an enjoyable dram. It coats the mouth as well. It wants to hang around there. It wants to let you remember what you're tasting. But it's just earthy. There is a sweetness. There's that peachy, soft sweetness to it. Peat comes through. It's softer. It's not in your face peat on the palate, but on the nose, I think you get more smoke compared to what you're getting on the palate. Really enjoyable though. Really is. It's one that I would recommend for something completely different, off the cusp. Whiskey, 4 years old. We need to remember that. This is 4 years old. How many distilleries will come out and put that on there and say, we're this? Although this is independent bottling, they've done it, but the latest I've seen is Ardbeg. They've just released the Wee Beastie 5-year-old, which is hopefully going to be in the UK very soon, which I do hope to get my hands on. But that's the only one I can really think of which says we're confident enough now to put an age statement so young because we believe in our liquid to be so good. So it's exciting times for that because it makes whiskey more obtainable. The pricing should be better on that. You would hope the pricing is going to be better on that to make it more obtainable, and it's a good lead into maybe a brand you've never seen before, because some brands can be a lot more expensive than others, so it's a gateway to get in there and try something. So I'm looking forward to that. I would like to get my hands on one, but I'll probably get another one of these if I can. 900 bottles out there from 2 casks. It's going to be difficult. I think most places will sell out of them or already have, just when you try something like this and how different it is, and on price point, I'd be surprised if you didn't pick it up for the price of it. I actually went to Ben Nevis in 2016, I think, and it was just a beautiful view when you look up, because you just see behind you, you can just see the hills and everything, but just an old dated distillery for me. I never done the tour. I was just stopping by. I had family over from Texas and we took them on a wee tour of Scotland and we got to stop off there. Never bought any whiskey at the time. I was chauffeur, so wasn't even able to try anything. But then this guy came out last year and I thought, yes please, I'll have one of those, but I should have got 2. There's not as much spice to that as you would expect from a sherry maturation, and I don't know if that's been because it's young. But for me, if that's 4 years old, you think that's really been watered down. That's got to have been up in the high 60s to start with, mid 60s ABV, and it's not going to really lose as much alcohol within the 4-year timescale. So they've probably heavily diluted that, which is fine. You know, they're not going to produce a 4-year-old whiskey and keep it cask strength, because I think you would then just taste new make spirit with a little bit of colour to it. But the weird thing is I don't get any new make taste from it. I don't get that young taste. It's not super lively, crazy going on, but all the flavours just mellow into each other. Good job to the Morrison Mackay guys doing Carn Mor Strictly Limited. So I think they've got 4 ranges. There's one as well they've got, it's called the Old Perth, which is there's a cask strength Old Perth premium red wine finish, which is great, and then they've got, I think it tiers, you know, then they've got a really exceptional cask series, I think it's called, and that's where you're getting some really old stuff, closed distilleries, and you know, different types of liquid that you can get your hands on. So they've got the tiers of what you would like, and I would put this, I think this is our mid-range, you know, kind of slap bang in the middle, and just good liquid. Don't know how much more I can say about that. It's just enjoyable, different, fun, funky, dunnagey, dirty, earthy, but then you've got fruity, sweet, peaty. There's the flip sides to it, but when you put them both together, lock them in, put them in a bottle, it all works. The palate enjoys it, the nose enjoys it. I was tuned in last week as well, you can see my graze is definitely gone down on my big bump in my head from there, so it's like more or less my second dram since then. Just took a wee bit of time off to let the head heal. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this off. I'm going to enjoy it a little bit more. I'll be keeping this, I won't be diving into this bottle as much because I don't think I'll get my hands on it again easily. So maybe put this in the back shelf of the cupboard and forget it's there for a bit and pick up on it again. If you have, again, enjoyed this review, anything you want me to review, feel free to subscribe, hit the wee like button, give me a wee thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs down. It's absolutely fine. All feedback, as I say, is welcome. If you don't like it, I can work on things. If you want to follow me on social media, on Instagram, I have a page there. It's Kevin Grant on Whisky. You can find me and all my posts, whisky related and some other things. I will be making a Facebook page soon, just maybe a closed group for people that enjoy whisky that we can all have a chat about, and for certain things there we can chat. I will then do a review on it if I've got that bottle there. But again, thanks for tuning in with me, Kevin, from Kevin Grant on Whisky. I'll be back next week, and everyone, let's talk whisky. Cheers.